In the past 5 weeks, we have experienced multiple tabletop games, from old to contemporary, easy to complicated. I learned a lot about how board games work. However, one of them stood out to me, Scout. I chose it because the initial visual design caught my eye. It looked rather simple. I expected a quick and easy game. What I didn't expect is for it to feel as strategic as it was, considering the first time I played it was early in the morning. This video describes my experience playing Scout. In the beginning, I was a bit confused seeing the different cards and tokens. After reading the instructions manual and even watching TikTok videos to understand the rules of the game, I still felt a bit lost. It was once we actually started playing that things slowly began to make sense. Seeing the cards in my hands and how they interacted with the cards on the table helped me understand the rules in a way that reading never could. I realized that Scout is the kind of game that you don't really fully understand until you actually experience it. Each round taught me something new, and I felt myself becoming more aware of my choices instead of just reacting to what was happening or playing by instinct. One moment that really shifted how I played was when I realized that every time you put down a card, you're not just making a move, you're rearranging your future luck. I was very excited to play the highest set of cards, 999. The order of the cards left in your hands suddenly mattered a lot. I noticed that playing a strong set early could actually hurt me later, while holding back sometimes gave me better options in the next turn. That's when I stopped playing impulsively and started thinking more strategically about how my future cards would look like. Emotional experience during the game. Emotionally, the game surprised me. At first, I felt slightly frustrated, especially when I couldn't rearrange my cards and felt stuck with a bad order. There was a sense of tension every time it was my turn and I had to decide whether to play or scout. I felt a little bit of pressure when the person before me played a strong set and I had to quickly evaluate whether I could beat it or sacrifice a turn to improve my hand, knowing that they might win afterwards. As the game went on, the game started becoming more exciting and fun. There was something really satisfying about successfully planning a sequence and watching it work out. I started feeling more confident with each round, even though the game never felt completely predictable. That uncertainty kept me engaged and excited for what's to come. Interaction within the game. Playing Scout with others made the experience more fun. I really enjoy interactive games because it gives you a chance to socialize with people. You could feel the mood shift when someone made a strong play or when multiple players were forced to scout instead of playing. There were moments of quiet concentration, followed by laughter when someone realized that they were stuck. I also became more aware of the people I was playing with. I started paying attention to their reactions, trying to guess whether they were confident or struggling. Even though the game doesn't involve direct conversation, it felt competitive in a subtle way. The interaction came more from an observation and timing rather than talking or blocking. From beginner to better. After playing Scout multiple times, my experience with the game changed a lot. Even though Scout becomes a little bit repetitive, after playing it multiple times, my experience with the game changed a lot. What initially felt restrictive began to feel like a puzzle. I stopped seeing the fixed cards as a limitation and started treating it as something I can work around. Repeated play helped me recognize patterns and make more deliberate choices instead of relying on luck, which in my opinion makes this game stand out from all the other tabletop games I have experienced. I also noticed that the game rewarded patience. The more I played, the less I felt rushed and I felt more intentional with my decisions. Each session felt smoother than the last one, even though the tension and competitiveness never fully disappeared, keeping the game entertaining and fun. Conclusion. Overall, Scout challenged my expectations. What I expected would be a quick and easy game turned out into one that required focus, planning, and adaptability. It made me reflect on how small design choices can strongly influence how a game feels emotionally. I also realized that I tend to play more cautiously when I feel constrained, which Scout constantly forced me to do. By the end, the game felt less about winning and more about learning how to make better decisions over time. That's what made Scout stand out to me compared to the other games we played, that gave us more liberty over how we can use our cards or use our assets. As someone who finds the board games complicated, I definitely enjoyed this game and I would give it a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching!